basketball team. First, I just want to say what a great atmosphere it was tonight. Great atmosphere, great crowd, great energy tonight. Just a fun, festive arena tonight. And I thought it brought a lot of energy to our team. So we really appreciate all the fans that came out and really supported the guys and really brought a lot of energy. But it's probably the most complete game we've played this year. I mean, that's probably obvious, but the word that comes to mind was we were very efficient tonight, very efficient on both ends of the court. Didn't make a lot of mistakes on either end. Very fundamentally sound, very disciplined tonight, from holding ourselves accountable to defense, to how we screened, to how we blocked out, to the shot selection, how we ran our offense. Just very efficient, extremely efficient tonight, and it was fun to see. It was fun to coach. And I think the guys had fun playing together. It was the best I thought they'd played together as a group, as a unit. As I told them in the locker room, how much fun it is when everybody succeeds and everybody's a part of it, and it makes it fun for everybody. And just their attitude was right, but I think they fed off the crowd. I do. I think they fed off the energy of the arena tonight. We played for 40 minutes, and we had several guys for the first time really bring their A game. We had several guys play at a high level tonight. And I didn't think everybody played well. There wasn't anybody that I didn't think really, everybody played well.
On Tuesday, we were in here and Clay came before himself and talked about effort from Billikens. It looked like it came through.
Yeah, well, I've talked a lot about last game, too. We're just not being very consistent. Something I've talked to our team a lot the past 2 or 3 days, and in our staff meetings, the word consistency has been brought up 100 times. We show glimpses of being a really solid basketball team, but then you see glimpses of things that are possibly hold our team back to being our best, things that hold us back from being our best. And it's about consistency, about playing at a high level competitively with some toughness and focus. And like I said, not about making shots, not about that. It's just about living in the moment and being the best you can, and not worrying about a mistake you made 2 seconds ago. Don't worry about if the coach just got on me. Don't worry about worry about what is next. And we've struggled with that a little bit, of the consistent part of it. But tonight was a step forward for our basketball team. Hopefully it's something we can always refer back to, this effort.
You guys were really intense, driving the ball with one of the other before the development. You guys felt like
We saw some things on film, on scouting report, watching film and studying it, that we put into the game plan and talked to our guys a lot about the last 2 days that we thought we could use offensively, and our guys did a great job. They did it. I mean, they executed. They took exactly what we've been working on, and we wanted to play inside to out, and inside to out could either be a great pass inside or driving it inside and kicking it out. And I talked a lot about before the game, pregame talk, just about let's try to let's try to get as many assists as possible and as low as and hold our turnovers to a very low minimum. I thought they tried to do that. They really made an effort to do that. His back's tightening up, and he's had a few back issues of lately. It's been coming and going a little bit. He'd been pretty good the last couple of days, so I was actually excited about trying to get him a few more minutes tonight. But it tightened up again on him, and it's just been something that's kind of coming and going a little bit. Yeah, I thought he was very active on the defensive end. Had some block shots, really helped our guards on a couple of drives that may go unnoticed to some people, but he really executed what we wanted to do defensively extremely well. Got some second offensive rebounds that kept some possessions alive for us. So he did a lot of plays, and I told you that did a lot of, and I wanted to point him out in the locker room because of his effort. Because so many people may look at points score and say, well, this guy. Well, people score points because of other things. People score points because he's rebounding the ball. People are scoring points because he's screening, and people are doing this. So can't ever forget those people who are kind of doing the dirty work sometimes. And he loves that role. He's been Rashid's been one of the most coachable young men I've been around. Extremely coachable. Every last game he didn't play much. I think 1 minute. You wouldn't have noticed it next day in practice. You wouldn't have noticed it. And nowadays, that's very unusual. Very unusual.
Maybe kind of a little thing, but how important is it just, you know, to the, you know, how the team feels getting above 500 in non-conference and then going into the break with a win?
Well, I ended our shoot around today, bringing them all together at midcourt, and I talked a little bit about the motivation of tonight's game, and on both sides. Our motivation was obviously we need to try to put 40 minutes together. We need to play well. We need to be consistent. Kind of went back to that theme again, but then I talked about getting above 500, going into league play with a winning record, with you know. And then I talked about, obviously, you got an in-state school we're playing tonight. This is a big game for them, and, you know, different things like that. So, yeah, I think it's important that we go in on a high note. And I do think we're playing better basketball right now. You know, I even said that coming out of the Oregon State game. I thought we played well in Portland. Thought we did a lot of good things in Portland. Just didn't do enough of them. Just didn't do quite enough. We were a rebound away from maybe getting that win. We were, you know, but we did more positives in that game than negatives. You know, then, you know, even go back to the Murray State game and the Campbell game, and you know, some games where we've been able to succeed. So hopefully we can carry. We don't. You know, I'm giving them off till 6 o'clock the night of the 26th is when we're going to practice again. So, you know, they don't get a lot of time off, but you know, enough to hopefully they get to spend some great time with their family, some quality time. Not everybody's getting to go home, but they'll be spending time with me and my family, and some will get to go home and recharge their batteries and spend some quality time and get away from basketball. I told them I want them to get away from basketball for 2 or 3 days. Don't think about it, but come back, and we'll get started on the 26th.
Jordan talked about DeVell's role in his game, kind of taking him under his wing. Talk about how the older guys can help the younger guys.
Well, it's something we've spent a lot of time trying to mentor the older guys on what they need to do with the younger guys, because that is their responsibility, to pull them along, to mentor them and pull them along and help camouflage some of the freshmen's weaknesses. It's part of their job. Not just talking to them about what conference play is going to be like next. Oh, yeah, what this is about. But also your job is to help them through tough times and kind of put it on your shoulders, no different than any coach does when there's tough times. You try to take it all on yourself and get it off other people. And that's part of the seniors' job. And early, I didn't think we were doing a great job of it. The seniors weren't pulling them along. And once they kind of started understanding what we wanted, what that meant, they've done a much better job. And they're lucky. The seniors are lucky that they do have a couple of freshmen who are willing to listen. They're very coachable. Both Hassan and Jordan are very coachable young men. They want to learn from these guys. They listen to those guys. And again, that's a little unusual nowadays sometimes too. A lot of times freshmen come in and think they know it all. DeVell's a great guy to learn from because he's been through it all. He's seen it all. He's been through it all, and he's grown up a lot since being here. You know, I've used him as an example the last couple of days talking to a few young men in individual meetings about how far DeVell Roby's come and what he's going to make of himself when he does leave here and he graduates, and what a success he's going to be. And it may not start out that way all the time, you know, coming in, and you know, but he learned a lot of lessons, and he's used St. Louis University as an asset that's going to really pay off for him. I mean, I sit and talk about him all day long. He says he's up and down basketball wise, but what he means as an individual, his character right now, it's he'll be successful. He'll be successful. He's a true young man who's gotten the most out of his scholarship, taking advantage of going to a great university and learning and making him a better person, 100%.
The defensive effort tonight from your coach seemed like from the start you ran him off the 3-point line. And would you say that was the most complete?
Well, I talk to our team a lot. One way a team like this can stay in a game with you is you let them make a bunch of threes. Then as I said, then anything can happen, you know. But if you take away, there's certain points, you take away transition points, don't let them get out in fast break. I don't know if they scored a fast break point. They might have, but I don't remember. At halftime, they were 1 for 11. So I thought our guys probably thought I was going to come in and commend them that, they're 1 for 11. I did for a little bit, but I said, I don't want them even taking 11 threes. 11's a lot. We don't even want them. I want to eliminate them taking the shot. We don't want to let luck come into play. You know, they could throw some in and they actually go in. They'll try to eliminate luck as much as you can by taking away the three-point shot. And I thought we did a great job second half of eliminating even the attempt. And that was part of game plan because I thought we would be in good shape if we just didn't give up a bunch of threes.